tuned into the Influ Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Influ Game. It's your boy Velt. We're in the building with. Man, he always gonna take his time.
We back with it.
We back with it. For those first time seeing this,
for those
who are you?
If this your first time seeing me, it's that boy Hemi. Can I say it any better than that?
Hemi.
If this your first time, this is my third time being on here.
Okay,
probably four.
Hey, my boy been counting. Listen, man. Hey, we back on it. I mean, I know we touched on the 22 immutable laws of branding.
That's it.
Yeah, 22 laws of immutable branding. Man, we touched on chapter 1 and 2. Man, I know it's been a while, but we finna touch on chapter 3, which is the law of publicity. Chapter 4, the law of advertising.
Advertising, and chapter
and then 5 is the law of word. Oh, well, not, man. So
y'all live for a treat with this. Y'all live for a treat. Get ready.
We're gonna try to, because like we had to retouch up on it again.
Gotta retouch.
But anyway, man, we're gonna dive right into it, man. The first one. Hold on, did I thank
what?
I don't thank everybody for viewing.
You didn't thank the viewers.
Thank the viewers, man.
Like, what we doing here?
First of all, thank God for allowing us to be here one more time, man, and be a blessing to somebody. And
let's get it.
Hey, man, and we here. We back in the Influ Game Studios with it, just for the day. But let's dive back into it, man. The law of publicity. Let me see.
So what is the law of publicity first? We got to read to them what it means
so publicity,
so they can know. So we just
all right. So publicity, I looked it up last night. So basically, it was talking about the attention that you get from the public, and I was trying to figure out, did it have to actually include the media? Yeah, I read that. Okay, all right. So he pointed at the underline. So the underline. No, but I looked it up on my phone too.
So you try to get the blending of it.
Trying to get the blend basically. So all right. So in the book it says the birth of a brand is achieved by publicity, not advertising. So even with this. Even with it says the birth of a brand is achieved by publicity, not advertising. So you still have to distinguish what is publicity, what is advertising.
So publicity is what, watch this, this is the key though. Publicity is what people are saying personally about your product.
Correct.
Advertising is you
it's paid.
I guess advertising, if how would I want to say this here? Advertising is the masses. Publicity, I want to say advertising is like when you're promoting to the masses and you're trying to bring in different people.
No,
publicity got to be what people who already had your product saying about it.
I'm going to kill it, ladies and gentlemen.
Because your word.
All right, so long story short, publicity is free. Advertising costs.
That's cool, but it ain't bringing it home. Because you got to look at it like this. Publicity is what the people who have had your product
what they think about you.
That's what they say about you.
Yeah, what they think about you.
That's one thing we learned in this chapter here, is that what people say about your product is more than what you can say about it yourself, right?
Most definitely.
So the publicity you getting is like whoever is doing business with you, what they saying about your product is one thing. Advertising is you basically advertising the product itself and you try to let the product speak for itself.
You said advertising?
Yeah, in advertising you try to let the product sell. In publicity, the people are selling it because they're telling you,
right. So advertising is kind of like kind of like like you said, a sale.
Advertising is selling, and publicity is reviews. It's reviews by personal people.
Yeah, most definitely. What they think of you.
Yeah,
basically. All right,
so we can roll with that.
Yeah.
Y'all agree?
Well, either or. If y'all think something different, man, comment below.
Please let us know something.
Shoot us a DM.
We don't know. My screen went out. I don't know.
No. I think we still rolling.
Roll it up.
All right. All right. So since we're already here, the birth of a brand is achieving with publicity, not advertising. All right. We just described what is advertising. What's different from publicity. All right. So most of Americans, 15,000 advertising agencies are committed to the concept of building a brand with advertising. Building brand leaders with better, fresher, creative work. We think not. Most marketers confuse brand building with brand maintenance. While a hefty advertising budget might be needed to maintain high-flying brands like McDonald's and Coca-Cola, advertising generally won't get a new brand off the ground.
Cause see, like I said, I'm glad we got our books the way we got them, because what stuck out to you, it caught me. But what really caught me was things like the next. If you look at it in the next passage, it says Anita Roddick built the body shop, right? Mm-hmm. Then if you drop down, I mean, this is just me. Like I said, we both got our own interpretation. That's why it's good to have these conversations, because when you read it, you get what you get from it. And advertising, what really stuck out to me in this chapter, and I don't want to jump everywhere with it, but what stuck out to me in this chapter, how it was certain brands who didn't put a lot of money in advertising dollars, but still were able to make the money, or make way more than people who spent lots of money, because they understood the law of publicity. Yeah. So if you go back to what you're reading, which I'm gonna go ahead and let you go back to what you're reading, but I'm saying, like, this is what it really kind of summed the chapter up for me. Is when I understood the law of that, I was like, damn, they started explaining like the different brands that I actually went through and actually did it.
You already know it's your boy JT Liddy, and you're rocking with the Influ Game.
I get you, but I'm gonna, so we can really bring it home for the people, so they can really grasp what we're saying. Mm-hmm. I want us to do two things. I want you to do two things. I want you to look up publicity, so they can have the real meaning of it. Once you get the real meaning of publicity and then the real meaning of advertising, then I think you can get the balance between the two, and then I think they can really better understand what we're saying.
So I looked up what was the difference between publicity and advertising. So it says advertising focuses on creating target, persuasive message. Mm-hmm. Publicity, let me see. Publicity is the strategy. The strategy. No, my bad. So publicity develops into strategy, communication, media relation, and enhancing brand reputation.
So basically, it's saying advertising is targeted. Mm-hmm. You basically, when you advertising, you're targeting a certain market. But when you're talking about publicity is everybody. Because publicity is not targeted to a specific person or demographic. No. Publicity is what everybody who deals with your product says. Advertising is when you're trying to market to a specific demographic.
So do you
see what I'm saying?
So do you think, like, so the way you were saying about the publicity, mm-hmm. like they have to be, it had to affect them in some type of way in order for them to talk about it, right? Not necessarily have to be a.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example of something that happened a few months ago on Instagram. Like, okay, so this guy posted this video. Remember you said it to me?
Yeah.
So the guy posted this video, right? So when he posted this video and he talked about it, right? He talked about it, and whether it was good or whether it was bad, he talked about it, and in response, the person that he was talking about said, you know what? Good publicity or bad publicity, it's still publicity. Yeah, so basically what he's saying is, whether it's good or bad reviews, what you're giving on my product, you still providing it to, you still giving your reviews to the masses.
Yeah.
So there's the masses of people. There's not a targeted, that's not a targeted age demographic or a targeted person that you're trying to show this to. You're giving it to the masses.
Correct.
So he was like, good or bad, it's still publicity. So here's what it is.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Publicity means that's public. That's everybody.
Yeah.
Advertising mean I want this person, I want them, I want this person, I want this age range. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Because I'm finna slap you in the face with this one right here. See, Starbucks was one of them ones that did. See, Starbucks, it reads right here. Starbucks doesn't spend a hell of beans on advertising either. In its first 10 years, the company spent less than $10 million on advertising. A trivial amount for a brand that delivers 2.6 billion in annual sales. So if you spend less than $10 million in 10 years, but make $2.6 billion a year annually, what people are saying about your product is way more important than advertising. See, Starbucks has commercials. They got commercials.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, everybody loves Starbucks, right? So when you get that cup of Starbucks, everybody know what it is when they see it, right? Everybody always think that everybody still believes to this day that Starbucks has the best coffee. So what everybody is saying about Starbucks is the reason why Starbucks is making that money. It's not the commercial that you see on TV. The commercial is only just to keep them relevant, just putting you in front of it. It's just putting them in front of your face so you can go and go get it. They don't have to do no advertising for you to go get it. What everybody's saying about it. See how they brought it home. What everybody's saying about it makes you go get it.
Yeah,
but you seeing it on TV reminds you to go get it. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started to hold out, to cool out. Think about that.
Okay.
That's the difference.
No.
That's the difference.
I'm about to say,
what everybody say about Ro in his photography, in his media, what they saying about it makes you want to do it. But if I see a commercial, if I see a picture on Facebook, you just reminded me this the person I need to go to. Ooh.
Hey man, I don't think we need to. I think we summed this one up.
I think we just killed it unless you just want to because we have highlighted notes here.
Yeah, most definitely.
So we want to make sure they get some meaty potatoes. Like we just gave them the meat. Like give them a little potatoes because we just gave them the little meat. Now the meat was the understanding.
Yeah.
Let's go back and just kind of give you a little knowledge on a couple of brands that you didn't know. The brands that you didn't know that don't use a lot of money in advertising that still make good money today. Yeah. Starbucks was one.
Right.
All right.
Let's go to
it is. At the top of it. You see it right there at the top. See? Walmart. Walmart became the world's largest retailer with annual sales of more than $200 billion with very little advertising. That's another one. Come on now.
Yeah.
Walmart was the second one. A Walmart sibling, Sam's Club. A Walmart sibling, Sam's Club, averages $45 million per store with almost no advertising. Please, y'all, step in the room. Come on, step in this room.
So, basically, it sounds like all you got to do is just work on your product, making it the best.
The publicity is the biggest thing you should be working on, not the advertising.
Right, we know that. But I'm saying, in order to get the publicity, you got to have some type of your product have to be on point in order for the publicity to come.
Yeah, well, product or service
to survive, because you can have good publicity or you can have bad. Either or, you still get publicity. You get publicity.
But the thing about it is, even with this good publicity or bad publicity, my guy, that's still gonna make a person want to come and check it out.
Check it out anyway,
because it's like, okay, you got good over here, you got bad over here. It can't be all bad, but it can't be all good. I'm gonna go see for myself.
But I'm saying, once that person come in, I'm assuming that your business, you would want them to come out with a good.
Of course
experience.
You want that. Of course you want that. But the thing about it is, people won't. All you can do is do your best.
Correct.
People won't give you their honest opinions on the spot. I kept telling you, like, when people do food reviews, if you have a food truck or you provide a product or service or anything like that, when you doing something like that, you never put the customer on the spot with a camera in their face. You never put them on the spot to give a review, because they're not going to give you the honest review. They're only going to tell you what you want to hear because you put them in that position.
Yeah.
It's what they say when they go home. It's what they say when they get on their social media.
Yeah.
It's telling the truth.
Okay.
So what you do is you make sure your product or service is top tier, and then you let the product speak for itself when they go home. Let them post about it. Let them post the pictures.
Hey,
Don't
man.
You do it.
Hey,
they're gonna know you lying.
One more thing. Then we're gonna jump in the foe, and then we're gonna take a quick break. Make sure everything, all the levels and everything Gucci.
Okay, so boom, you want to jump on? Okay, one more thing. Since you want to do that, I'm so glad you asked. Right here on the same page, on page 14,
today's brands are born,
and it says this. And just how do you generate publicity? Let's talk about that.
Okay.
So if we're going to talk about publicity and advertising, how do you generate the publicity? So I said this here. The best way to generate publicity is by being first.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Being first.
In other words, being what?
In the
first brand to be the first brand in a new category.
Now we discussed the category and expanded in chapter 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So if you ain't checked out chapter 1 and 2, go back to when you understand about the category. All right. So let me touch on a few of them real quick. So it says the best way to generate publicity is being first. In other words, by being the first brand in a new category.
Give me some examples.
Band-Aid is
Come
the
on, y'all,
first.
y'all listen close enough because I know y'all heard of these right here. Listen close.
Band-Aid is the first adhesive bandage. You got CNN, the first cable news network. You got Domino's, the first home delivery chain.
Domino's, not Pizza now.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut.
ESPN, the first cable sports network.
Okay, now hold up. Now Stephen A. Now that's why First Take is the number one sports show because ESPN was the first cable sports network. So First Take would only be what the first. Come on now, you put it in the name.
What you said?
Yeah.
We got Heineken, the first imported beer. We got Hertz, the first
car rental company.
Then of course you got Kentucky Fried. Well, we're gonna end it with Kentucky Fried Chicken, the first fast food chicken chain. Just like that. The law of publicity, man. Listen, if you go get the book, we were just trying to touch on the surface, man, so you won't get too bored or get me straight away, man. We're trying to keep you engaged at the same time and just hitting on the high points.
If you love knowledge, this should get you. This should keep you engaged. If you got a business or a product or a service, this is like I said, it's really important. And once we read it, Ro, I'm like, man, could you think of how much, how we were doing things so wrong? We was on the opposite fence all along, and then we kept on wondering like why things were going this way, and we'll achieve a little success here, but you can't get over this hurdle or this hump. And it's like this is how you build a brand. Yeah. And then if one thing about it, when you read this book, if you break the laws of the brand, that's another thing. Yeah. If you break the laws, the quicker you go up,
the quicker you come down.
We're gonna end that one and go to the next show.
Man, listen, man, it's Influ Game, man. I'm in this thing with my boy Hemi, man. Listen, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be right back.
Quick break.
You already know what time it is. It's K.LA, and you are now tuned into Influ Games. Let's get it.
Hey, welcome back, man. It's your boy Velt. I'm in this thing with Hemi. We're in the Influ Games studios, man. We want to thank y'all for tuning in, and we're finna dive right back into it. The next one, man, we got the laws of advertising.
Now listen, we just talked about the law of publicity, right? Okay. So now we know what publicity is. Mm-hmm. And it also mentioned advertising. Right. So, as important as publicity is, advertising is just as important.
Once you establish,
ain't that about a beer?
No. I'm about to say, like, after reading it, like I said again last night, it's a process.
Yeah,
after you establish yourself through the publicity, now the advertising is pretty much just to stay relevant.
But this is what I'm saying. Before we dive into it,
yeah,
is one more important than the other? I ain't gonna say that. Does one come before the other? No, it don't really matter where it comes.
You don't think so?
We can put advertising in front of publicity.
No,
watch this. Check this out. The reason why I say this is watch this because if I open up a new restaurant, if a new restaurant is coming to town, I ain't got no publicity yet because ain't nobody been here. It's grand opening,
so you have to put in.
But I have to advertise the hell out of it in order for you to show up. So once you show up, then the publicity counts.
Hey man, you know what I'm thinking? Man, this whole thing is like this whole thing is starting to feel like a gumbo.
It is one.
It's how you mix it up. How you mix it up. My mix might not work like your mix. But you got some type of law. Yeah. What's called to go by too because. These proven they've been successful.
They've been proven,
yeah. But like you might have to tweak a little bit. But they don't teach you that.
That's how.
Okay, come on, man. Yeah, they don't teach you.
So let's dive right into it. Let's jump right into it. So the law of advertising said this here: once born, y'all listen to me. Once born, a brand needs advertising to stay healthy. So basically advertising just keeps you relevant. Publicity is what everybody says about you. Advertisement is you basically keep you staying out there. You want to make sure those people that you are providing them services to, they see it everywhere they go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's gonna be on a commercial or a billboard or a flyer, you know what I mean? You want to make sure it stays out there to stay relevant. I don't know how I came with that. I can't say it though. But that's what it says, though. So what you think about that?
Once born, the brand needs. Most definitely.
You got to stay healthy, man.
Yeah, you got to stay healthy.
So you got to do what it takes to stay relevant.
And even this goes for there's people that's like into like marketing or like helping people with their brand, or if you got your own business, like this helps realize like, oh, you know what? I didn't think of that, because sometimes you might be like, oh, you know, somebody might try to offer you some type of service of trying to stay relevant. You be like, oh no, I don't need that or whatnot. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you want to be in the midst, but at the same time you want to stand out. So that's where creativity and stuff kick in at. But you need advertising to pretty much stay healthy. And like we all know, man, it's 1,000 McDonald's commerents that they be in rotation. But you can tell like how they try to be creative and bring different.
But it works though.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Did you imagine that you mentioned that? Because you can see a McDonald's commercial, bro. You can be sitting there just chilling. You're thinking about lunch about to get ready to hit. You just see these different food commercials. Hey, the crazy thing about it, everything is accounted cost. It's a strategic move.
Yeah,
bro, it's no wonder they start showing food advertisements around lunchtime, because you're trying to make a decision on what to eat. They know 9 times out of 10 you're probably sitting there watching TV.
Let me help you out.
Let me help you out.
Yeah, let me help you out on it.
Go hit that Taco Bell.
For those, which I think anybody that's in like either a restaurant or have a food truck, I'm pretty sure y'all posting around 10. 10.
They letting everybody know where they gonna be,
where you gonna be or whatnot.
So they doing it social media wise, but these big brands doing it on the TV to the millions of people who watching TV. Period. Like I'm sitting there wondering, like, bro, it's lunchtime. Why am I starting to see all these food commercials? But you notice from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 or 7 to 10, you don't see none of them. No. Unless they showing you their breakfast menu.
Okay.
They smart.
Yeah.
Boy, that is something serious.
Hey man, somebody probably watching like, you just not catching on to that.
Hey, you get that. Listen. Hey, you go get your French fries and hamburger. Then you get a ketchup commercial. Damn, you know what? I ain't got no ketchup.
Oh, hey. Hey, I mean, why you playing? Some companies probably be in the cahoot like that.
Yeah,
they be like, hey man, when is your slot running? Hey man, I'm running right after this. Well, you know what? I want to put my drink. I want to put my drink commercial right behind yours.
Oh, what if they did that though?
I mean, it probably going on. That though. Ain't nobody thinking like that though.
Cold though.
Come on now.
Oh, that'd be cold.
Like two different categories, but hey, let's team up. I'm like, hey man, I know my Coca-Cola go good with your fish.
My Coca go good with that fish.
Well, I know that Coca go good with that fish.
You got that Cabernet commercial.
Yeah, so when you gonna drop yours? Oh, 11 and 2. Bet I'm dropping mine at the same time.
Matter of fact, can you put mine in your commercial? Basically, can you put my product in your commercial without putting my label in it? Ooh. You know how they be showing the drink in the cup?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But you don't know what it is, though. But you can identify. You kind of know what identified it, because what? They were probably first.
They were the first one. So listen, when you think of a dog drink, Coke,
yeah,
Clear,
Sprite. Oh, come on. Hey, man. Come on, man.
Listen, hey, we have one of these moments, y'all. We don't
most definitely.
No, it can go on forever.
But my thing like this, man, the trainer,
the
train of thought that you think like this, man, you kind of like breaking down the system.
Wow.
And like now,
that's crazy.
If you thinking like that, it's like now, if you breaking it down, just like Legos, you can build it back up. How do you want to build it?
How you want to?
Come on, man.
So let's get back into it. We got to get back into it, because I'm telling you, this kind of stuff, man, it'll make you, when you get excited about reading, period, and then you start getting the understanding, and then you start making things click to you. When things start making sense to you, it makes you want to read more. So let's dive right into it.
Okay.
So it said your advertising budget is like a country's defense budget. I want to skip down and say this here. Publicity is a powerful tool, but sooner or later, a brand outlives its publicity potential. The process normally goes through 2 distinct phases. So listen to you. These are your 2 distinct phases that publicity goes through. One is phase 1. It involves the introduction of the new category. Okay. Phase 2 concerns the rise of the company that pioneered the new category. So it's the rise of the new category.
Yeah.
And then it's the concerns of the rise. Oh, how is that? Whew.
Huh?
2
phases.
That's crazy. I mean, to think that your publicity goes through 2 phases. You would think something like publicity goes on and on. It'll always continue. Like what people always say about your brand is always going to be something that's going to keep you relevant, period. But I'm like, to know that publicity goes through 2 phases. When you started, the introduction of it, and then the 2 concerns of the rise of the company that pioneered the new category. So, what can we say about that?
To me, I don't think I hear is like at some point you have to revamp.
You revamp the company.
Yeah, you have to revamp your company.
Is it saying that, or is it saying phase 2 concerns the rise of the company that pioneered the new category? So can phase 2 be the company? Because phase 1 is the category, right? Phase 1 is the introduction of the new category. But phase 2 is the rise of the company. It's the concerns of the company. So what people are saying about the company. See what I'm saying? It's one thing is what they're saying about the product, but then over time it'll be like what they're saying about the company. If the company, is it still around?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you do publicity, I'm looking at it from the example they gave us here, because maybe I need to bring this home for y'all. The example he gave here, next it said here, the plain copier, right? For example, introduced by Xerox in 1959. Hundreds of magazines and newspaper articles were written about the launch of the 914 copier. Xerox executives also appeared on numerous television shows to demonstrate their new baby. Much was written about the potential new category. So the Xerox was a new category. The 914 copier was a new category. But phase 2, like I said, phase 2 was about the concerns of the rise of the company that engineered the new category. Again, hundreds of articles were written about the marketing and financial successes of Xerox, a company that rose from the ashes of the Haloid, a manufacturer of photographic paper. Today, everybody knows that Xerox pioneered xerography and has become a global leader in copiers. There's no news story left to tell. So advertising takes over. Right. So basically what it's saying is when there's nobody else to talk about your product, the advertising is going to take over. So publicity will only last you for so long until the point where it outlasts advertising. Ooh, that's crazy. And that's something. Publicity is going to last you for so long, and then the advertising have to outlast the publicity. Because in the beginning, what people say about your product or service brings them in. But then after a while, the advertising of it will continue to bring them in. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to continue to bring those same reviews. They're not going to keep on doing that same shit over and over. So in the beginning, yeah, it makes it sound good to draw the people in. But over time, advertising is what's going to keep them in.
Correct.
Whew.
Almost every single brand goes through this.
If I didn't bring it home.
Yeah, but it said
brought it to the house.
Almost every successful brand goes through the same process.
Brands like Compaq, Dell, SAP, Oracle, Cisco, Microsoft, Starbucks, and Walmart were born in a blaze of publicity. As the publicity dies out, each of these brands has had to shift to massive advertising to defend its position.
Okay, so first publicity, then advertising is the general rule. So it says first publicity. Remember earlier we was like, well, what about advertising? Do advertising come first or whatnot?
Yeah.
But I was like, but it made sense when you were saying like, if ain't no, you gotta advertise it for people to come.
Then the publicity keeps you there, but then advertising outlies.
Yeah.
And that hold it. You should get that. The publicity first. No, advertising first. Then it brings publicity, and then advertising gets it again.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a system.
Yeah.
You're going to advertise it to the people first. The publicity, you're going to advertise it to the people. That's going to bring you in. The publicity is going to be what everybody says about us. But then over time, the publicity is going to die out, which means advertising is going to be the only real formal way of bringing everybody in. Even though word of mouth is still the best form of advertising today. It's still the best form, but there's still other avenues to do it. So you can maybe talk to 1 million people, but you can advertise to 1 million people.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
What's going on, y'all? Clifton Powell, a.k.a. Pick Me Up. We had a great time tonight and took 2 below. Yeah. Near 1 below. Yeah, just like that.
Listen to this here. It wouldn't do you good. It wouldn't do you any good to say your product is better. So that means for everybody who's watching, there's no need to put anybody else's product down to say yours is better. There's no need to brag about yours being better. What makes your product valid, what gives your product that validation is what? It's the leader. It just sounds so much better to say we the leader. We were the first one to do that. Whether you believe it or not, we the first. If you saying you the best, I may not believe that.
I don't know.
See, you saying you the best is an opinion. Saying you the leader is a fact.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Okay.
I just brought it home.
It was, hey man.
I just parked the car in the garage and cut the car out.
Hey man, stop
and let it go down.
Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Hey, listen. So we're going into the last chapter
one.
for this segment, man. The law of the word. Man, a brand should strive to own a word in the mind of the customer.
Ooh, and this one here finna hit hard, y'all.
I remember we were focusing on this one.
This one here for the slap.
The word.
This one finna slap hard.
So a lot of people. Well, hold on. Do we jump into? Because
how you want to do it?
Yeah, I know. So a lot of people like the law of the word. Basically,
basically what you're gonna do is
does this even apply to like people personally? Like,
it's a product. No, I mean, you can, but
we're
talking about branding.
All right, we'll keep it branding. Let's keep
the tree.
Yeah. Let's keep it. Let's keep it business.
So basically, what it's saying is the law of the words means you associate a word with a particular product or brand. So when you think of Mercedes-Benz, as the book says, you think of the word prestige.
Correct.
When you think of, I was like, come on.
Yeah.
It's like, boy, y'all really have to lock in with this one right here. You got to lock in with the law of the word.
Yeah.
When you think of anybody brand, when you think of road brand, what you think of?
Media.
Come on, you remember you?
Oh yeah. All day, every day.
Don't ever forget that, boy. So when a person mentions you, it should be a word.
Yeah.
When a person mentions your product or service, that should be a word that go with it.
Yeah.
Right? Tiger Woods,
golf,
Mike Tyson,
boxing,
Floyd Mayweather,
boxing,
Michael Jordan,
basketball,
LeBron James,
basketball.
There you go.
One word.
That's one word.
Just
sums
like
it up.
Sums it up. Oh.
So keep going. Back to the book.
The G spot.
Fish. Bun. Chicago, Chi-Town Grub. Chicago food. So when you go there, reading the book, let's get back to the book though.
Yeah.
If you want to build a brand, you must focus your brand efforts on owning a word in the prospect's mind.
Yeah.
A word that nobody else owns. So we got to be able, when we think about that, when you're creating your brand, you can create the word.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing about it. Nobody can put the word on you.
Yeah.
You have the option to create that and put the word on yourself.
Yeah.
That nobody else is using.
Correct. That's what we talked about yesterday. When you brought that word out. It was already stated, but we still gonna use it. But let me see. Once a brand owns a word, it's almost impossible for a competitor to take that word away from the brand.
But see, don't skip this here though. What prestige is to Mercedes, safety is to Volvo.
Yeah.
See, it's a word that go with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rick. I just don't want you to skip.
No.
That's why I like we have two different books.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, associated. So we can even say Toyota. I say longevity. Is longevity one word?
Toyota. No. Toyota's in the book. I'm glad you said that though. The Toyota's right.
But listen, I created my word for it.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you created your own word for it. But I know Toyota was right here. Toyota's right here.
You are now tuned into the Influ game.
So Toyota, I think Toyota. No, the word for Toyota was reliable.
Yeah, most definitely.
That was the word. The word for Toyota was reliable. Volvo was safety. Mercedes-Benz was prestige.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was reliable.
Yeah.
That car's reliable.
Yeah.
And it said right here, in the same way that Kleenex owned tissue, watch this here. Jello owned gelatin dessert. Coca-Cola owns cola. Band-Aid owns adhesive Band-Aid. 7-Wrap owns plastic food film. And Rollerblade owns inline skates. So you still have to find that word with whatever product or service you got. You still have to find that word that you can identify with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they even talk about Prego. See the Prego?
Oh, yeah, the sauce.
The sauce. Ragu.
Yeah.
Now I wonder, what's the difference between the two for everybody who cook?
Maybe like one different ingredient, but
Ragu was the leader.
oh yeah, of course that. I thought you were going in depth. I thought you were going. I cook up some spaghetti now.
So if you want to, we can give a. Oh no, I got one we can talk about. The way we can wrap this one here.
Yeah.
FedEx. Because see, people don't know about FedEx, so FedEx is right here. So it said, what did FedEx do? Right. So I'm going to take you back just a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Just to take you back just a little bit.
We're bring the thing up with that one.
We flying. We finna land it. We finna land this thing right now. Yeah, a little plane.
Hey man.
So we're gonna land it home like this here. So Emory Air Freight started in 1946. It was the first cargo carrier, but Emory fell into the Chevrolet trap. Instead of focusing on one type of service, it offered everything. Overnight, inexpensive 2 or 3 day service, small packages, large packages. Mm-hmm. Whatever you want to ship, Emory can handle it. Mm-hmm. So what did Federal Express, Mr. FedEx, do? In the early 70s, it was struggling. It was a struggling player in the delivery business. But in a streak of brilliance, CEO Fred Smith decided to narrow its focus to only overnight delivery only, when it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight. All FedEx did was say, you know what, Emory, you own all these categories. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of your categories and I'm going to focus on that one category to the point where I'm going to move you out the way completely in that category space.
Yeah. What's called? He took over. So basically they focused on, I ain't going to say the problem, but he picked overnight, like he said, narrow the focus. He picked overnight and just executed on it.
That's it,
basically.
Because if you look over to the side, when you buy the book, you're gonna see the little side, your side passages to the side. It actually gives you more in-depth detail of what actually happened. So it said, Federal Express narrowed the focus to one service, only small packages overnight. As a result, Federal Express became known as the overnight air cargo service and was ultimately able to own that word. So they own the word overnight.
Yeah. Just like that.
The crazy thing about it, FedEx went crazy. They went crazy after that. Emory now called Emory Worldwide, and FedEx has become the generic term for overnight deliveries. FedEx dispatches to the coast. People start using it. I never used that. Yeah. I ain't never heard nobody say FedEx is over there. I just say just send it. UPS or the other. Right. So what did Federal Express do next? It went global. With everything it had become known for, delivery. Watch this, y'all. You got to be careful when you come to these categories. It said, so what did Federal Express do next? It went global, where the very thing it had become known for, overnight delivery, is impossible. 5 o'clock in the afternoon in New York is already tomorrow morning in Singapore. Mm-hmm. And it got into less expensive 2 and 3 day delivery. And it recently bought a trucking company. So instead of flying, they said, you know what, we can't fly it over there possibly. Let's get these semi trucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh. So they took that. They took it and said, you know what? We can't meet the demand as quick, but if we get another way to get it out of there, we can probably get it to them.
Hey man, for the folks, to sum up the law of the word, what they need to
sum up the law of the word. I just take whatever product or service you got, and you think of what word do you want to associate your product or service with?
Would you say it's the same thing as what you want to be known for?
No. It's how you describe you. It's when you put that word on it. The way the book tells you, you become known for that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You become known for it. So it has to kind of align the two. The two kind of align. It has to align the service, whatever the service is known for, make sure that sticks out the most. And then make sure you embed that word into your consumer's head.
Okay, hold what you got real quick. Hey,
Holding.
Hey, man, it's your boy Velt, man. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back and we're going to sum up the 3 chapters that we went over, man.
All 3.
We'll be right back.
The influ game, you dig? Ooh, you got to come in. You got to come in like that because you got to really break it in. Like, you got to make them understand, like, and it's amazing how all of it is just going back. It's like everything is going back to back, how you build a brand. And it's just like publicity, advertising, word. Next, you got credentials. It's crazy. It's like you setting the brand up, and then you getting the back end of it. You setting it up though.
Yeah.
I need you to get the publicity, the advertising, then you get a word to associate with your product. Then after you do that, then you start establishing credentials. It's like it's going. This is how it goes from A to Z.
Correct.
How the brand is built, and it's like I wonder can some of those laws be done out of place, or do you have to do them in place like from step 1 to 11? Do you have to do them from 1 to 11, or can you bounce them hoes around and do whatever one you want to do? That's the tricky part.
Yeah. But that's the thing too. Like for you to think of it, like I'm sure somebody didn't tried it.
I want to know who did.
Attempted. Oh, we might have to.
Might have to find out who did.
Hey, welcome back to the Influ Game, man. It's your boy Velt, man. Hey, come up on God, man. Hey, man, we thank you for tuning in, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing, man. Listen, man, today was another one, man. We touched on three things out of the 22 immutable laws of branding. But it was law of publicity,
law of advertising,
and
law of
word.
word.
And like all of them kind of like
they all
intertwine.
Go with each other. We were just saying it. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy when you read the book, y'all. When you read the book, it's crazy how we were just saying the laws go back to back.
Yeah,
and it's like, so we just did the publicity, and then it talks about advertising. It talked about advertising and publicity, but then it talked about publicity. It talked about advertising and publicity, and then publicity and advertising kind of outlasting it. And then you come right back with the law of the word, saying you got to have a word associated with your product to make your product stands out there. Yeah. So your service or product got to stand out there, but then the publicity is going to help it to get more business, and then the advertising is going to keep it relevant. Yeah. And then you got what's coming next. We're going to give y'all a little sneaky. The law of the credentials. The credentials is what the credentials is what they saying about it. Like, so publicity and credentials could be the same thing. But once it's established, what credentials
I think credentials are more like facts.
Facts.
I'm about to say publicity more like your opinion.
Credentials, but think about it. Let's say credentials. Let's say facts, right? If you sell, if your cheeseburger is a quarter pound per patty, the credentials are you get yours a quarter pound. Does yours look that way? Yeah. See, once you establish the credentials, the brand can walk on its own then. Yeah. Because with everything everybody's saying, once you get the facts out of their opinions, those are the credentials.
Hey man, listen man.
I can't wait for the next episode.
Hey man, listen man. I appreciate
the next episode. Boy.
Man, I appreciate y'all tuning in.
Appreciate you.
It's been another one, Influ Game.
Another one.
Hey man, you already know. You already know what time it is. Man.
They don't know nothing about that. Don't be worried about why they shaking hands like that on screen.
Man, chill out, man. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all sliding through, man, and thank y'all for tuning in and watching, man. Hey, man, it's been another.
I know y'all seen that Cat Williams episode too.
Man, stop it. We'll be able to
Cat went off on that.
We'll be able to slide that in there somewhere, man. But hey, man, listen, if you don't do nothing else today, man, make sure you influence somebody today.
Influ.
We over and out.
Yow.
Oh yeah, smile, fool. You look too good to be fried. Now, why?